Hello and welcome back to the France 24 newsroom. It's time now for business news with William Edwards from our business desk. Hello, William.
Hi, Lorna.
So we're going to start off with the markets because they're continuing on the up here in Europe.
Yeah, they are starting again in positive territory this Friday. Now, let's take a look at how things are opening up. Positive across the board. This follows a really very strong Thursday with Spain and Italy in particular closing up around 6% yesterday. And you can see the gains there are continuing. Almost unheard of one-day jump, really, yesterday on the markets in Spain and Italy. Also, let's briefly just take a look at how things closed in Asia, because the Asian markets, as well as the US markets in this session before, have also been feeling the benefits. What's been cheering them up? Well, it's been comments from Mario Draghi, the head of the European Central Bank. He said on Thursday that he's ready to do whatever it takes to save the euro. Now, of course, every politician across the Eurozone has been saying this, but the difference is with Mario Draghi, he is the man with the access to billions of euros of lending power from the European Central Bank. It's thought that his comments are being interpreted that he'll be allowing the European Central Bank to buy the bonds of struggling Eurozone nations, allowing them to finance themselves much more easily. Now, the only slight issue with this is that it is really pushing the limits of the bank's remit. It's not designed to buy up government debt, but he says that it conflicts, if there are issues conflicting with its central remit, that is to keep interest rates around target levels and to keep the euro going, then he will intervene in this way.
Okay, but Greece in the meantime is still very much a concern for him.
Yes, there are worries as to whether Greece will carry out the reforms that it has promised international lenders, and a team of inspectors are now in the country, along with the head of the European Commission. He's made his position very clear.
The main issue is implementation to deliver results. To maintain the trust of European and international partners, the delays must end. Words are not enough. Actions are much more important.
We're moving on to some companies news now because Barclays have just announced their results, haven't they?
Yeah, they have said they've made a half-year pre-tax profit of £4.2 billion. That's over 5 billion euros. Now, that's actually up 13% on last year. This is, of course, particularly of interest this time around because the bank has been damaged. It's been at the centre of a controversy over its manipulation of a key interest rate known as the LIBOR rate. It has apologised this morning for its role in this scandal. Let's get a reminder of Barclays' recent troubles.
Losing a CEO, chief operating officer and a chairman in quick succession, it hasn't been a good month for Barclays. The LIBOR rate fixing scandal took not only 3 top scalps, it also sent the bank's share price tumbling. In late June, Barclays admitted its traders had manipulated the interbank lending rate by sending false returns on their true cost of borrowing. They were fined almost £60 million by the UK Financial Services Authority and hit with penalties of £230 million in the United States. That led to the resignation of CEO Bob Diamond, Chairman Marcus Aegis and the Chief Operating Officer Jerry Delmessier. Delmessier told a British parliamentary investigation into the scandal that he'd ordered staff to submit lower LIBOR rates, believing the Bank of England had sanctioned it. He's now in line for a reported payoff of nearly £9 million. The former CEO, meanwhile, has agreed to forego his £20 million bonus. But what investors are most worried about is who will replace him at the helm of Barclays.
Well, another set of results out this morning are from the French car maker Renault. Tell us more about those.
That's right. Their profits are considerably down from last year. They made 87 million euros, down from 221 million euros last year, you can see there. But actually, when you think about it, that's not bad compared to its main French rival, Peugeot Citroën. Of course, earlier this week, they announced an 800 million euro loss. So when you put it in that context, Renault is actually surviving this downturn, particularly in the European market, rather well. Renault is much more internationalised than Peugeot Citroën. Overall, it sees a 5% rise in global sales, actually, for its global sales this year, despite a 6 or 7% fall in Europe. Of course, Peugeot Citroën not being able to make the most of those global rises in sales, it is just hit by the European falls.
Okay, thanks very much indeed, William, for that look at today's business news. And that's just about it from us here in the France 24 newsroom for now. Do stay tuned, though. More news coming right up. Bye for now.